Good morning students. Today we are going to complete this chapter on the face of it. Actually, this is the concluding part of the chapter on the face of it, and we have already completed part 1 of the chapter. The theme of the chapter is importance of positive attitude. Importance of positive attitude in life. Importance of positive attitude in life. Yes, this chapter deals with the same theme, importance of positive attitude in life. And one more thing is important that we have to understand, what appearances are deceptive. Appearances are deceptive means, as the title suggests, first of all we have to understand what is the title. On the face of it, it means whatever is on the surface doesn't mean it will be in the depth. Means जो दिखता है वो होता नहीं है. So this chapter suggests the same thing on the face of it. See over here, we have 3 characters in this chapter. First one is Derek. Protagonist of the chapter is Derek or Derry. Second is Mr. Lamb. Okay, we can also tell him one of the main character. Why? Because it was Mr. Lamb. He was Mr. Lamb who has changed Derry's life. Okay, and then Derry's mother, minor character. We have 2 important character, Derek. His name is Derek, but he does not like his name. That's why we use Derry. Okay, he wants everyone to call him Derry. Then we have Mr. Lamb, and at last we have Derry's mother. So she is minor character. This play deals with loss and sense of isolation and how one should deal with it. This play deals with loss and sense of isolation and how one should deal with it. Actually, what is the play? The play depicts beautifully and grimly the sad world of physically impaired, disabled person. This play deals with what? Means in this play we have understood what? That the physically disabled persons are not, they are not in pain just because of their physically impairment. They are in pain just because of what? Attitude of the society. Means they don't want sympathy from you. They want equal opportunity in the society. So what we people are doing in the society, that whenever see any disabled, I'm not saying that everyone is behaving like that way, but most of the time whenever we see any physically disabled, any physically challenged or physically impaired person or disabled persons, what we do over there, we used to make comments. So same thing is over here with Derry. So that's why chapter name is on the face of it. On the face of it means what? Derry, being a 14-year child, should be full of with what? Energy, zest and all. And on the other hand, Mr. Lamb, who was a very old man, tin lakh, but still he was full of positive attitude. So see, one side we have Derry, 14-year-old boy, but he was what? But he was full of what? Negative approaches. Okay, and Mr. Lamb was full of positive approaches. So we will see in the play what is the story. The basic story is what? The story of this play is what? Derry, 14-year-old boy. Okay, and his half face is burnt. Derry's half face is burnt, and for that reason he does not want to go outside. Okay, he does not want to go near people. Why? People make comments on him, and that's why Derry runs from here and there. Okay, and one day, that day change his life. How? Because Derry enters into Mr. Lamb's garden. Mr. Lamb, who has a tin leg, old man with a tin leg, and he was also lonely, and was staying in a very big house with a garden full of apple trees. Okay, so this is the story. So Derry, 14 years old boy, half burnt face, ugly, defiant, means withdrawn. He does not want to go near people, but he longing for love. But he has a longing for love. Important point, longing for love means he would like to enjoy the society, but it is the attitude of the society, it is the attitude of the people who make him what? Isolated. Who make Derry isolated. Means that's why he is not coming out. On the other hand, we have Mr. Lamb, old man with a tin leg, garden. He is staying in garden, living. He has a very big garden, living in a big house. Okay, big house, lonely, appears mysterious on the face of it. Means appears on the face, appears mysterious, but inside kind. But inside kind, positive approach, full of positive approach. There is mother, minor character we have. She is overprotective lady. Means I'm not exaggerating over here. If I say that she has her hand, why Derry is not going out? I can say this line because she has never given what positive side of life to Derry. But we can say that she is mother, that's why she is overprotective. Then the play deals with loss and signs of isolation. So students, what happens over here? What are the words of Mr. Lamb that changed Derry into positive boy? How? See. When Derry enters into Mr. Lamb's garden, so what happens over there? Derry enters into Mr. Lamb's garden, and Derry does not want to go near Mr. Lamb as he has half burnt face. But Mr. Lamb stopped him not to go anywhere and started his conversation with Mr. Derry, okay, Master Derry. So उन्होंने अपना conversation शुरू किया Derry के साथ में. His first advice is what? उसका जो पहला advice था वो क्या था? That everything is interesting. Everything is interesting. See over here. Why I am telling all this thing? Because when Derry has shown his face, जब Derry ने अपना चेहरा दिखाया, half burnt face जब Derry ने अपना दिखाया, so Mr. Lamb does not look at his face, and he has started talking on apple trees and all. Then Derry asked him a single question: Do you not have interest in my face? क्या आपका interest नहीं मेरे चेहरे पे? Then Mr. Lamb conveys that everything is interesting. Everything is interesting in this world. Everything is interesting in this world. Then he has taken the example of wit. Mr. Lamb narrates that, see my boy. What? That a green plant is called flower, and a green plant is called weed. So there is no difference. Everything is interesting. So whatever is created by God is interesting. Okay. So you have to understand that by taking the example of weed, Mr. Lamb would like to fill the positive approach in him, that everything is interesting. Then when Derry has narrated one incident that women make comments on his face. Once two women were speaking, once two women were talking, and they were saying what? That only a mother could love this face. कि सिर्फ एक माँ ही ऐसे चेहरे को प्यार कर सकती है. So Mr. Lamb told that keep your ears shut. Mr. Lamb told him keep your ear shut and he has taken the example of bees hum, means see over here, so, bees, he has taken the example of bees. See, my bees are there in the garden. Mr. Lamb told that my bees are there in the garden, and some persons say that bees are buzzing, but I say bees are humming, and humming means sing. Humming means sing. So he has taken the example of bees. Then Mr. Lamb again would like, when Derry has started doing conversation with Mr. Lamb. Derry has started doing conversation with Lamb. Why? Because Lamb was not making comments on his face, and usually people do what? Make comments on face. So whenever you see any disabled person, don't ask him about his physical impairment. You should not do that way. Okay, you should behave with him like a ordinary person. Okay, so normal person. So then he asked Mr. Lamb if he what? Feel pain in his leg, कि आपको आपके पैर में दर्द होता है. Then Mr. Lamb told what? Sometime means Mr. Lamb would like to told him that ignore the pain. Ignore the pain. He told that ignore the pain, कि तुमको तुम्हारे पेन को क्या करना चाहिए? Ignore करना चाहिए. Then at last Derry was changed. Means how? Derry was changed. We will see. There is positive move. There is positive move. How? Means first time in whole meeting means he would like to go and run from the garden, but Mr. Lamb told that what? A person was there in the society, तुम्हारी तरह एक आदमी था, and he what did he do? उसने क्या किया? He made himself to lock in the room. उसने अपने आप को रूम में बंद कर लिया. Then Derry asked forever? No. A picture fell on his head and he died. So Derry laughed at that time. Why? Because you should not keep yourself locked forever. So that's why Mr. Lamb has narrated the story. उस आदमी की कहानी सुनाई. Once upon a time there was a man. He had a fear that if he would go out, then bus might what? Bus might strike him. उसको शायद बस धक्का मार दे. Or a donkey might what? Kick him. Or he would fall on a banana skin. So Mr. Lamb has taken the example of that man, कि तुम उसी तरह कर रहे हो जैसे वो आदमी करता था. So don't run from the society. If people would like to make comment, let them do. Then what would happen? Then they would get bored. Let them make comments on your face, and finally they would get bored, and then they will stop. So Mr. Lamb has taken example of beauty and beast. Mr. Lamb has taken example of wit. Mr. Lamb has taken the example of bees. Okay, Mr. Lamb has taken the example of his leg, ignore the pain, and finally Derry was changed. How? Because Derry, first time in the whole conversation, he laughed and he asked Mr. Lamb if he could join him, क्या वापस वो आ सकता है Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb said, why not? क्यों नहीं? And then at last we will see what Mr. Lamb agreed. He wanted Derry to come back, but now we will see. Will Derry get success? Will Derry get success in what? In getting rid of his fear? क्या वो अपने डर से बाहर आ पाएगा? Fear and his what? Negative approach and his isolation. We will see in the second and third part. And in the second part, there is scene. Whose scene? Derry's house scene is there. Second part में हम Derry का house का scene देखेंगे. Over there, second scene. Over there, we will see. Over there, second scene. Derry's house. Derry's house. Derry's mother. Derry's mother does not want him to go back into Lamb's garden and help him, but Derry behaved very maturely, and he has quoted all those lines. Those lines were narrated him by Mr. Lamb. जो Mr. Lamb ने उसको कहा वही कहा उसने he spoke. What are you afraid of? To his mother, अपनी मम्मी को. What are you afraid of? You should not afraid of. If I will not go back today, I will never. अगर मैं आज नहीं जाऊंगा तो मैं कभी नहीं जाऊंगा. So it is what? It is the importance of positive attitude. That is the effort of Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb का effort है, and he has changed one isolated boy, Dari, to come out in the world, कि दुनिया में बाहर आए, and shed his fear. Okay, and finally we will see that Dari will reach Mr. Lamb's garden in scene 3rd, but the end is very sad. Why? Mr. Lamb has changed one life. Mr. Lamb has changed one life, okay, and fill the positive spirit, fill the positive vibes. But finally we will see that in the end Mr. Lamb has met his end. Okay, he died as a ladder fall on the ground. We will see in the 2nd and 3rd part. So we'll see next session 2nd and 3rd part. But first of all, we have to carry on with the points that importance this chapter means advises us what? That positive attitude is very necessary in our life, and appearances are deceptive. Means whatever is shown in front of you maybe not what you think. जो आप सोचते हैं शायद वो वैसा नहीं हो. And then we have understood that in this chapter Dari, a half-burnt face boy with half-burnt face, is full of negative approaches, isolated, and finally changed just because of the effort of Mr. Lamb. So please go through this part, and then we will continue with our part 2nd and part 3rd. Thank you. Have a nice day. So students, here we are with the basic main idea of the chapter, of the play. The play has 2 disabled persons. Dari, a young lad of 14 who bears a burnt face, as we have already seen, and Mr. Lamb, an old man with a thin leg. Dari is quite withdrawn and defiant. He by chance meets Mr. Lamb in his garden. We have already done that in the chapter, in the play. The old man devises ways and means to overcome his feelings of isolation and disappointment. He even helps the boy to come out of his seclusion and infuses in him the courage and determination to live on successfully. So, point to be noted over here that he was Mr. Lamb who helped the boy to come out of his seclusion and infuses in him the courage and determination to live on successfully in this world without bothering about what others say or feel about him. So this play has taught us what? This play has taught us the importance of positive attitude in life. Importance of positive attitude. So we have understood importance of positive attitude. But now we will see in 2nd and 3rd part. Will Dari get success in what? Will Dari get success to get rid of his isolation or not in 2nd and 3rd part. So we will see in our next session in 2nd and 3rd part, what will Dari get success or not. Thank you. Have a nice day. I hope that you will go through it and understand the first part properly. Thank you. Have a nice day.